Hello, Internet. Today I'm very happy to welcome an online friend, Mr. Gregor Maric. He has a YouTube channel talking about automation, which is a very interesting subject. And I'm very grateful to him that he accepted to do this live for us and for me as well to talk about my experience and for people as well to leverage this technology, this online technology. Hello, Greg. How are you?
Hi, Sharif. Thank you so much for the opportunity to talk about automation and to discuss and share the message of how we can save some time by automating simple tasks that usually we would do manually, and without any coding experience, we can leverage free tools, just to save time and discover whole new opportunities of things that we can do with automation. So thank you for
So
the opportunity for spreading the message.
you're welcome. Domo arigato, Mr. Roboto. Okay. Welcome, RPA champion. Okay.
Yes, sir.
I would like first to ask you, how did you get interested in automation? Did you work in other technical stuff before focusing on automation right now?
That's a good question. I was working in EY in risk in accounting. I found it to be pretty boring, not that exciting. So I looked for a for an emerging technology that was 10 years ago, and I found RPA, that it was used to automate processes on which I was working on and doing manual activities, and I thought it was amazing. And just the opportunity of being able to save so much time and automate different things that were done manually, repetitively, and in
Yes.
just a very boring fashion, because when you're doing the same task manually kind of every day, it's not giving value to anybody. It's not giving value to the person that is doing it, and it's not giving that great value to the company as well. So since then I really wanted to automate different tasks.
Yes. So your background is numbers, not basically engineering software or hardware, correct?
Yes, my background is in economics, but
Economics.
yes, exactly. But automation right now, with all of the low code tools that are available out there, you don't need to be a developer to know how to automate
Yes.
really complex tasks even. So.
Yes. Myself, I studied engineering in Cairo University, communications. At the time, we used to have Boolean algebra and at the time basic and C languages, flowcharts, and also we studied hardware, computer architecture.
Yeah.
And when I graduated, I did an acoustic projects, a cinema theaters, and I landed a job in the office of Fox and Warner in Egypt in marketing. It was when Titanic was released. So we used to organize film premieres, red carpets for American films, and I worked in that 5 years. Right now, what I would like to ask you, uh, I remember one of our professors in the university was telling us that, AI or artificial intelligence was a certain type of science that was very hyped. And scientists and researchers, they didn't reach goals as much as, the concept was hyped at the time. It was the 90s, So, what can you tell us right now about AI and robot actions, and what are we standing right now? Where are we standing right now?
The hype is pretty much real, meaning that I see intelligent automation or artificial intelligence as just a way of automating different tasks that we humans have. So we build artificial intelligence so that we can automate those complex things, or so that we can get predictions, but ultimately so that we can automate certain things. Now, You've been following my channel, the
Yes.
RTA chapter channels. So there we do pretty basic automations. We do automations on repetitive things, manual and repetitive things. Now, when you automate with RPA, the manual and repetitive tasks, and then with artificial intelligence, you automate the cognitive tasks, you end up automating a process end to end. And companies right now are made out of people that are doing processes end to end. Right now, with automation, the idea is to use automation to enhance workers and employees to do their job better, faster, and so on. But with
Yes.
the kind of ongoing adoption of artificial intelligence and with the ease that we can set it up, we can pretty much automate almost end-to-end processes, therefore reducing the need for the current workforce by a large percentage, and that percentage kind of varies depending on who you ask. So AI is not that much of a hype. I mean, some things like having a robot that's walking and talking, that's probably AI, even though some people are working on it. But the majority of companies are working on automations such as like extracting data from invoices, inserting it into SAP, and then
Yes.
setting some reports. And this is very easily automated. And previously, maybe you had a department of 30 people that were doing all the same things, extracting invoices, because you had hundreds and hundreds of suppliers. Now you have 2 or 3 robots living on virtual machines that are doing the same job of the entire department. So that's what I'm seeing from my personal experience in the market right now.
Excellent. Yes, myself, I work a lot online right now. I have websites, I do writing, translating, YouTube channel, and I think it's the way of the future. And regarding social media, I remember maybe I had a LinkedIn account, maybe before Facebook. And right now, I have, LinkedIn was very different when it started, the interface, if you remember the old interface, you know. And I have a problem because I have more than 16,000 connections in LinkedIn.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
So it's very, it's very difficult for me to follow up with them. And also, LinkedIn doesn't permit you right now to export emails and to export all of your contacts. It was like 2 years ago, maybe. You can have the name and the email for the list, your list.
Yeah. I have a
And I
video
was trying,
on the YouTube channel how to export
yes,
all of your
yes.
LinkedIn emails, by the way.
Yes, yes. Right now, I first found your channel because I was trying to find a solution to automate private messaging to my first degree connections, and also like trying to export them, trying to connect with second and third degree connections. And you introduced me really to Power Automate Desktop, by Microsoft.
Yeah.
So right now, what can you tell us briefly about the difference between the Power Automate Desktop and the cloud version and the Power Apps as well? Briefly, I know you spoke about it in your channel.
Yeah, but just to understand it very quickly, Power Apps is a technology from Microsoft that allows you to build apps with no code.
Yes.
And Flow is a technology that allows you to automate web applications that have APIs, such as Google, such as Microsoft Weather, such as anything that might have an API. So that's what we use
Yes.
Flow for.
Excellent. Right now, I think the potential of Power Automate as well by Microsoft can help a lot developers to create softwares, to create Chrome extensions doing automatic stuff, and to create Power Apps right now. So right now, what is your advice to young programmers? Where do they start? Should they study stuff, like Selenium or other coding language, or they can start from the bottom, they don't need to start from the beginning to know about coding and to start to do automation.
Microsoft has included Power Automate Desktop on the default installation of Windows 11. So what does that mean? That means that they make it available not only to developers, they make it
Yes.
available to the grandmas, the kids, the
Yes.
housewives, the teachers, the everybody. Everybody that has
Yes.
Windows 11 has access now to automate whatever they want. Whatever comes to their head,
Yes.
they can pretty much automate it. The
Yes.
technology is created in such a way that obviously, if you are a developer, you will have a much easier way automating some harder or more complex things, because you can get by working around with the code and fine-tuning the code and tweaking the code and injecting code. But if you're not a
Yes.
developer, it will just take you longer. It will just take
Of
you longer,
course.
and you will have to insist a little bit, and eventually you will get it with the low code kind of drag and drop interface. So
Yes.
if you want to get started with automation, the best way is just to, if you have Windows 11, just to open Power Automate Desktop and start exploring it yourself. It's so easy that you don't really need dedicated training. You don't need to read a book. You don't need to start with Selenium. Selenium is great
Yes.
is great, but you just don't need it. You can achieve exactly the same with, for example, Power Automate Desktop for free and in a much shorter time. So,
Yes.
I mean, you can choose to learn Selenium and learn how to code, absolutely, and that's going to work as well. But this work as well. So it's not easy.
Yes.
It's hard to get into automation.
Yes, and of course, it's if you learn automation, you can offer services. You don't need to have a company. You can offer services for people, individual, I think, or companies online on platforms like Fiverr, for instance. It could be like your online job as well if you perfect it.
That is also that is one way, but another way is also to offer the robots that you create as services. So for example,
Uh huh.
I don't know if you have seen my latest video. In the latest video, I show how we connect a chatbot from Microsoft to a Power Automate desktop flow. So via chatbot, you can execute your flow on a virtual machine or on your desktop, and the flow is going to run, execute, and return the information to you inside of the chat. So
Yes.
like that, you can provide it and give access to it to anybody. So I was actually planning on creating a chatbot that is going to allow anybody that goes to the chatbot to post a specific message to different groups on LinkedIn
Yes.
or Facebook.
Or
So
yes. Yes. This is great. Yes. Right now, myself, I was facing like a difficulty, exporting, data from infinite pages. When you have like if infinite number or a large number of Facebook group members, or when you have a lot of connection like myself on LinkedIn, if you see the list of your connections, it keeps on scrolling,
yeah,
scrolling. And
yeah.
when I try to export it, it gives me duplicate results. So how can we overcome this? Or you like to make a video about it?
I have made already one video about it. So it's I think I made it inside of the Instagram bot. It was a live I did.
Yes,
So
yes, I saw it.
uh,
Yes, so
uh,
maybe I try to receive to apply what you have, because when you have like lot of followers on Instagram,
yeah.
you tr- and it's lazy loading, like they say, it
Uh,
has lazy loading.
Yes, the page, as you scroll down, it loads. So what is, I mean, what what you should do is use a little bit of JavaScript and load until the bottom of the page. Then you
Yes,
can repeat the same thing and put that inside of a loop maybe 100 times, so that you're sure that you get to the bottom of the page. Once you got to
yes,
the bottom of the page, you extract the table, and you see how many members it extracted. It extracted, okay, 600. Well, my total is 900. All right. Well, then I have to increase the loop from
yes,
60 to 90 this time, and you just let it
yes.
run for like, hopefully it's not gonna break, and then yeah, and that's how you. But there could be also other ways. That's just one way. The nice thing about
One technique.
automation, is that there could be also other ways, meaning, for example, like you could change the URL. Maybe even you could connect to, like, for example, like HotSuite or another application that allows you to
Yes.
view all of your kind of connections. And maybe
Uh-huh.
in that page you can scroll through the connections, or in
Yes.
that application. So there is different kind of, you have to be
Applicate.
always, if one way doesn't work,
Creative.
yeah,
Of
if one way
course.
doesn't work, you got to find like another way, work around to kind of hack it to make it
Of
work.
course.
These things
Yes.
are intended to work like that.
Yes, I remember when I was studying, they were teaching us what is the difference between an engineer and a scientist. Well, a scientist can discover the formula or the technique, and the engineer is the one who will apply it to find solution,
Yeah,
to find
yeah.
problems to solution. And this is, how the main difference, I think, between a scientist and engineer. Right now, you have right now your own company is called ProcessLenz, right?
Yes, yes.
Yes. Can you tell us about what kind of service you are offering, and do you work with individuals or companies as well? And what can you give to both of them?
We work primarily, we work only with companies. We help companies find what processes they should automate. So right
Yes.
now in the marketplace, you have over 200 RPA solutions. You have
Yes.
chatbots, you have machine learning, you have AI. However, the processes inside of companies still remain very manual, even though you could unlock great potential if you could automate some of these processes. And what
Uh-huh.
companies are having a hard time is finding what is the right process that they should automate. Now, ProcessLenz
Yes.
helps you understand what process would be the best process for you to automate based on the complexity for automation and the ROI that that process is going to give you in return. So
Mhm.
that's how it helps you accelerate automation.
Yes, and of course it will save time and money, and also maybe laborers,
Yes,
labor
yes,
number of workers. I remember watching like a couple of years ago a video on YouTube. There is a website where you can enter any job, and it will tell you when this job will disappear and replaced by a robot, and in how many years. you know
yeah,
this
yeah.
website exists, by the way. Okay. And also, there are a lot of films like Terminator. I love the television series Westworld. I don't know if you have seen it.
Yes, I've seen it. Yeah.
It's great, technological series, of course. Right now, Greg, um, how do you see automation is going in the future?
It is automation is only accelerating in every single country. Businesses are understanding that they can save a lot of money and unlock a lot of value. And just proof of that is that Microsoft has put their technology Power Automate Desktop for free on every single license of Windows 11.
Yes,
So meaning that they want they want to give this tool to everybody, and it will be
yes,
expected out of everybody to know how to use automation and how to use tools such as Power Apps, Power Flow, Power BI, Power Virtual Agents. The people that are going to have those skills, they are going to have a competitive advantage in the marketplace that's coming. That's right now.
yes. And right now, Microsoft is, I think it's is leading, the race compared to other companies in the market, big companies in automation. I mean, correct?
Uh, there is such things called, there is like a Gartner quadrant, and there's also
Yes,
Forrester quadrant. These are research companies that they every quarter or every year they publish a report saying which company is the best company in the marketplace. Now, UiPath has been dominating the scene for a really long time. I'm not sure.
yes.
I haven't seen the latest report, so I can't tell you if it's Microsoft or UiPath. I know that for
Uh-huh.
the longest time, UiPath has been dominating it. Before that, it was Blue Prism and Automation Anywhere. But the
Yes.
main vendors right now are UiPath, Blue Prism, Automation Anywhere, and Power
Yes.
Automate with Microsoft, that came out like a year and a half ago, more or less, not even. It's a very fresh technology. They purchased a previous technology that was called, I can't remember what it was called. It was a Greek technology, and Microsoft purchased it and made it Power Automate Desktop. It has almost
Yes.
the same look and feel, just the colors changed.
Of course. But right now, Greg, in entertainment, we have film festivals and film
Yes.
markets, and also there is exhibitions of film technology, satellite, streaming cameras, projections. Is there, as far as you know, like an important automation event coming up next year? Or did you participate before in automation events for people if they would like to go and see what's happening to there is like conferences of symposium, for
Yes.
to leverage the culture of automation for people.
There's different events, there's different organizations. I am member of an organization as well, but there's a lot of different events. There was just now an event in Italy,
Yes.
a big event about intelligent automation. Uh,
Uh-huh.
One of the biggest maybe that was organized in Italy or in Europe for just kind of for intelligent automation. It had great
Uh,
success, lots of companies, lots of people, lots of vendors.
uh,
So it was a big success. Best way to look for them would be just a simple Google search, because there's really
of
lots of
course.
companies and lots of
Mm,
uh, really lots of events right now going on in this space. It's something that
yes.
is growing really quickly, and it's really important to learn these skills right now.
Yes. Yes. Final questions, for internet nerds, working online. Do you think that you can use automation to generate more traffic to our websites, our blogs, or our YouTube channels? Or this is something completely different?
With 100 million ways you can do
Yes.
it. With like
Uh,
really, I can tell you just a couple of ways, but
of course.
uh, but um I mean, uh, uh, just now with a colleague, we
Yes.
finished working on a automated YouTube channel. So it's called
Yes.
Hypernews actually, and it's basically just a bunch of different automations. And this is what they do: they search for the
Yeah.
latest news, they take the news, they convert it into text to speech. So it's a lady that is speaking the news, the headline of the
Yes.
news. It takes the automation also takes the title, searches on Google for images related to this.
Yes.
It takes those
Yes.
images, it opens Movie Maker on Windows, it makes a 15-second short for YouTube, and puts everything together and creates a news short.
Yes. And
And
upload it.
it uploads it automatically to YouTube, and it
Excellent.
goes on autopilot. Just
Mm,
but this is a pretty complex example. The
of
most simple
course.
ones are just like, let me go on every single YouTube video and comment on it and leave a thumbs up. I mean, that's
Yes.
going to
So,
generate huge
yes.
visibility.
Excellent, excellent. Before I remember talking about YouTube, I was in New York attending Tribeca Festival, and part of the program we were invited for in Google headquarters in New York,
Yes.
and it was the first time they doing an introduction about YouTube. It was something new. And the guy from Google was
Oh,
saying, yeah, the guy from Google was saying, okay, this is a new platform. You can upload your videos, and you do what. And I was attending and saying, well, why should I
upload my
upload
videos.
videos on the internet featuring myself? So I think
Yeah, how
so,
the
so
world
I think
changes.
it's I think a lot of people are visionaries. They can see the future. And I remember watching a lot of films and documentaries about Tesla. One of the great scientists,
Yeah.
and here we are. Yes. Greg, do you have something you are preparing for us on your YouTube channel?
Yes, I do. I'm planning on showing some videos about democratizing a little bit. First of all, I would like to democratize this knowledge to more users, meaning making videos that are not strictly technical, but a little bit more entertaining. And to do that, I'm planning
Yes,
on making videos on how we can actually make a little bit of money with automation. So either
excellent.
by clicking on different things, or by leaving reviews, or by making comments, or there's just like a whole lot of different strategies, or on replying on forums, and there's so many different ways that we can generate a little bit of revenue. And I think these videos would be very interesting for people that are not just interested in automation. So somebody that is just
Yes,
kind of, I want to learn how to make money online. Well, great. You don't have to do affiliate marketing. You don't have to do anything while you learn automation. And then you automate like these things that otherwise you will have to spend your time there doing. Now you can do it
yes,
manually, and you can maybe generate a little bit, not huge amounts of money, but a little bit, you know.
yes. Which is good. Make money with automation.
Exactly. Make
Make money
money with
online with
automation.
it. Yes,
Yeah.
excellent, Greg. Greg, I want to thank you very much. Grazie mille
Gregor,
for
can I ask you a question?
yes.
Before we, I wanted to ask you, where would you want to use automation if you wanted to build a process right now? Where would you think it would give the biggest value right now?
Right now, first of all, with automation, I manage my mailing list. I
Okay.
have a newsletter. I try to get traffic to my YouTube channel and my websites with a newsletter, like emailing. So I use Power Automate, to send from
Send
Gmail or
emails.
Hotmail,
Okay.
and of course and it saved me money instead of buying services for emailing, because when you
Yeah.
have more contacts you pay more, as you know.
Yeah.
On the other hand as well, for LinkedIn and similar social media, it helps me to organize my contacts, into CRM. And also, that CRM right now are expensive,
Yeah.
And I'm really very happy with a CRM, a very simple Google or Excel sheet, with
Yeah.
the LinkedIn link, the photo of my contact, because sometimes you have the name, you don't remember the
Yeah.
person, his email, and a simple note about our recent conversation. And I think Excel is very powerful in that, because when you like myself has a lot of contacts, you are lost completely. But when you have a status report, and you update it even by yourself, you are in a good way. And this will help a lot of people like myself, and maybe like you as well, working all the time in front of a computer, instead of seeking and to pay for services, they can do it for themselves. So basic stuff, for online work, I think Power Automate is something, you cannot you should use, with your daily life right now.
Yeah. Awesome.
Mhm.
Okay.
Mhm.
Perfectly great. Cool.
Perfecto.
Cool.
Okay, Greg. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I will share this. I think it's a very precious video. Very happy to have you online.
Same. Yeah.
I think a lot of people will be happy to hear our conversation and to visit your YouTube channel. I will put a link down below, the YouTube link. And yes, and I hope we can organize something here in Ecuador, on automation for young people to learn it. Maybe we can do something together next year.
Yeah, by the way, we are working a lot with in Brazil. My company
Great,
is doing a lot of work in Brazil, and we
excellent.
are also part of an organization that is called rpabrazil.org.
Yes,
It's a nonprofit
excellent.
organization, and the objective is to educate. We could eventually expand to Ecuador, or
Sure,
anywhere that might be that could be
with
interesting.
pleasure. We have a space for you on your house in our house to have a regional
Awesome.
office.
Awesome.
Mi casa es su casa.
Awesome. Same here. It was
Okay,
great to
Greg.
meet you. Thank you very
Thank
much.
you. My pleasure. Say hello to everyone. Good luck with your YouTube channel, your online work, and your company. And I think right now collaboration is very good, especially in the critical time we are living right now. And I hope next year is better for you and for me and for everybody.
Yes, yes, for sure.
Okay. Have a lovely day. Thank you very much,
Awesome.
Greg.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You too. And everybody. Bye bye.
Salve, salve.
Salve. Buonasera. Buonasera. Bye.
Ciao.